Okay, so sorry we forgot to record the beginning part of this and it was really important. The most important thing, ladies, on video is that Beto is leaving. His last day is April the 30th due to health reasons. The position will be open soon to uh in-house. So if anybody is interested in applying. So Carmen, you may want to apply. I know she's not here, but she's gonna listen to the video. Um, Carmen, if you all don't know, she lives in San Diego. So it's the best
I
one.
think they should hire her. Right. Really do.
Yeah.
She will be here on time off. See you soon, Carmen.
So, okay, so what I just said right now was, Joanne, when you visit Paco's daycares, remind him that if he can submit his claim at midnight on the 11th, he can certainly submit it an hour before or 5 minutes before or whatever it is. He's doing good, but he needs to step it up just a little bit more. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Flowers in the Garden 1 and 2 are getting ready to start at risk as soon as they're approved. Did I already assign them?
No, she did ask. Well,
She did.
yes, when I went.
I've been communicating with her.
Yeah.
I think she asked me last week,
Yeah.
and I told her
Yeah.
the reason why it took so long was because when we submit something through TXUMPS, that's the state website, it locks it. And until they approve it, then they open it up again.
See, I told her it takes a little.
It takes a little, that's why I always tell them it takes a little bit longer. Because when they lock it, sometimes it stays locked for, I don't know, a week or so, and then they open it up again. They barely opened it up again.
You
So,
have both flowers? Okay, let me just put it here because wait, to make sure it's on that list. Cause I don't know if it's on the list, cause they. At flat risk?
No.
Nada.
Apenas van a empezar.
apenas van a empezar. May, they'll start in May. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then they'll just do May, and I don't know when school is out. Those of you that have children.
Well, that's
Should
for
I
me.
give you, should I give you both of them for at risk? I haven't given them to anybody then,
No,
right?
no, they're new.
Oh, okay, okay,
I have the traditions.
okay, I'll see who's got what.
Okay, we have another daycare called Honey. They're not with us yet because they were attempting, according to her, for years to get in with the state, and they haven't been able to because it's not easy to do it. And so finally she decided to come with us, but she can't come with us until the state releases her. And in order to get in touch with somebody from the state, look, he's paying really close attention. Yes, Bailey, it's true. In order for them to release them, they have to talk to somebody from the state. And finding somebody to talk to is, I mean, you're better off talking to Jesus Christ or because
That's crazy, cause it's like they haven't taken her, but yet you gotta ask them to release you.
because the application is
already in?
active.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
crazy.
Yeah, so when people try to threaten us and say we're going directly with the state because we don't have to pay over there, I mean, it's not easy. Coming with us is super easy, but going with them, everything that Susana and Angelica and Sandra do here, they have to do it on their own. They have to set up budgets and allocation plans and blah, 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 blah. So I'm really worried about Bumblebees and Learning Station because they think they're going to go really quickly. Hopefully they will. I mean, maybe they're super smart
How come they're still with us?
because they're
Because they were already with us, right?
yes, and they're with us until the state.
Takes them or doesn't.
It's a process and I don't know it exactly. I did write it down at one point somewhere when one of the people from the state actually called me, and the one from Dallas called me, not the one from El Paso. And anyway, it's a process. You have to have several interviews. Okay, here it is. It's an they you have to do an intake application. And once you do the intake application, You have to submit it, and then if you're accepted, then you need a good cause transfer. That would come from us, and they haven't asked for it yet. And then the state would contact us. That has happened to me in the past where they call and they say, how were they with you all? Because they will not take anybody that has problems with the sponsor. Because if you can't with a sponsor, you can't by yourself. So I haven't been contacted. And then they contact them and then they give them an interview so that they can start the process. So it's a long, long process. And if you all have ever worked with the state, I mean, directly, you know that they're on their own timeline. They're not going to tell you, give us 2 weeks, they'll call you tomorrow. They're just going to do it whenever they can. I mean, the proof is that we still don't know how we did in the audit. We don't know. And people that have been audited, sponsors that were audited before us have told Susana, it's going to be a long time before you hear. So just sit down and wait. So we still haven't heard from them. The last audit that we had, I think it took them over a year to report back to us. So it's been, what, a couple of months? So we're still waiting on that. But in the meantime, we're doing a great job. Okay, I think that's all that let's see. I talked to Little Giant. We talked about that in the last meeting. So I think that's it. Okay. All right. Do we want to start on the Zoom? Does one of you on the Zoom want to go first, Nora or Claudia?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Can you?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, go ahead, Nora.
Just here doing my thing. Everything looks good. I have 2 new centers you just gave me. I just finished one. How did that go? As far as claim, everything was okay with them? I
Was
noticed
it
that it was purpose. Was that the new center?
Purposeful. Purposeful.
Did they submit a claim?
Yes, yeah, I have.
But they submitted one for April?
I believe I saw it in there. No, no. I thought I saw it there.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and check.
Then I have
I
another.
cannot check because no, because I'm recording it.
When you're recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're gonna stop recording.
Let me see. Okay, there we go.
Who's your mom name? To be on?
It's the environment.
Yeah.
Oh, because the person is still on there?
You remember when I panicked and I called you?
Oh, yeah, it was early in the morning and it didn't look like they were open.
Yes.
And then, yeah,
And then I went back.
Laura's already gone.
I got to get in the posters. I
Mhm.
have a break with the.
Mhm.
Why is Zaki's Angels? See, he just submitted it. He just submitted it. I thought, why is it sitting there still? He submitted it today.
Let's sit back. We passed him another dozen. Well, but he's way better than he was a year ago.
I like you.
You know what? His enrollments are super clean. They're really good. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, it's my summer?
Yeah.
They're all nice to,
Oh, they are?
and I think I do all the enrollment.
Oh, I thought you did them. I just work with on a Sunday.
Okay,
Oh.
ladies, it's April. I got really scared. Not really scared. We could have fixed it, but they're submitting a claim for April and we just submitted March because we're still April 23rd.
Yes.
Okay, we're good.
So now that Chita got some color back in her face. Right. Let the meeting continue. You guys, Joanne's worrying me now. Anything else?
I know, she wasn't sick or anything? No?
Unless she doesn't answer when she even.
No, she.
But she always calls back or texts or something, always.
That's weird. Are you calling her?
Okay, so Nora, I'm gonna ask you to please talk to us about the garabatos. I did talk to her this morning.
I think we've been trying to get a hold of you.
Hold on, lady.
Yes. I wonder. No, no, but we talked about it yesterday and then Chita sent one out. But I don't know if you weren't included, there was a glitch, I don't know what happened. But yeah, so Chita left you the message, I left you a message, and then I got worried.
Can you hear me, Chita?
Yes, Nora. Just one second. Becky's talking to Joanne. Does she want to join us through Zoom? I'll send
Do
her
you
the
want to
link.
join, are you at home? Do you wanna join us? Do you wanna join us? Do you wanna join us through Zoom and she can send you the link? You got it.
Send her the link?
Yes.
Okay.
Cause I'm like, oh, let me go.
Sorry, ladies. Sorry, everybody. Okay, this morning, let's see, what am I doing? This morning I talked to Nora, because, uh,
Garabatos.
yeah, Laura had told me that, Garabatos had, said that Nora had told them not to take any attendance there. Until and unless the children were in black, that if they were in red, not to take attendance. So that caused concern because they're going back and they're changing numbers. So Nora, can you please tell us what you told me earlier?
Yes. First of all, I never communicate with them because they are under Angie. Angie, what's her name? Rodriguez?
Rodriguez.
And I haven't talked to Garabato since I don't know when. Angie and I had not have any conversations about the attendance or anything like that. And I'm sure that if Angie would have known something, Angie would have called me and told me, you know, Nora, what's going on? Haven't heard from Angie either, but I would never, ever, I know better than this. I would never make such a statement to none of the daycares because that's not right. And I know it. And I've been doing this for over 30 some years. And it's the same rule.
No, don't
Like I
think
told
anybody
Chita.
doubted you, Nora. I think what happened maybe is that she didn't have her attendance ready. And that was her excuse.
Well, yeah, but they're putting somebody on here on
They do that to
under
all
the
of them.
bus because they're not, whatever the reasons were. But never, ever. I am very strict on my job. I know how to do it. And if I don't know, I will always, always run it by Bertha. Doesn't matter if it's dumb, not dumb, if it's good, good, important, whatever the reasons, I always run it through Bertha. And if I mess up, I said something that I shouldn't have said, I run it by Bertha. So her problem, I don't know what it was. But Garabatos has been under Angie's for the longest time. So I don't communicate with the center at all.
Okay, Nora, no, I mean, they do tend to say things sometimes to cover themselves, and or to gain time, or I don't know why, but it was Marilena that told you. Was it Marilena that told you? Lisbeth.
Is Joanna there?
I don't
No.
even know who she is.
Es la hija de María Elena.
Liz or Lisbeth. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I knew when I talked to Becky and Laura this morning that you wouldn't say that, and even if you, I mean, I know that you don't, I mean, I've said this before, you're the one that trained me in this program, so I know you know it better than I do. Maybe not better than I do, but just as well.
Well, we
And
work together.
yes,
You
and
teach me, I
if ever
teach you.
you have a doubt, you always run it by me, or whenever you have made a mistake, which we all do, you admit it, but this is not something that you would have done. So, but whenever we do get uh comments like that or complaints like that, I'm just gonna tell you all the way that they said it. You know, I don't like to
Of course,
sugarcoat
of
anything.
course.
I'm gonna say they said this, that you
Yes.
said this, and you said that, and then you can explain it. So thank
Right.
you for explaining it, Nora.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know what their problem is. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they misunderstood. Maybe somebody else said something related to that and they misunderstood it. But I don't think any of us here would say that, right? None of us would say that.
Of
So,
course not. We know the rules. But anyway, yeah, I don't know where this is coming from, but no, I did not talk to them at all.
okay, Nora, I don't know if you, because right now the air came back on and I think Nora's talking, but we can't hear. I'm gonna go
Okay.
ahead and, I know we're gonna be a little bit hot.
With it off, it wasn't
But did you hear what Laura said, Nora?
No, I didn't.
Here, hold on, Nora.
No, ma'am, no. What did she say?
Thank you. Okay, did you hear what Laura said, Nora?
No, I didn't.
She said that she and Araceli went back today and checked. And she saw that the center went ahead and marked them in attendance anyway, even the ones in red. So obviously it was a lie. Well, I don't want to use that word. Obviously, it was an extension of the truth. Misinformation, misunderstanding, but okay. That's what we're here for, to fix things, so.
And yes, and it's good to talk to everybody like we're doing it right now. And that way we are all like, well, yes, I did it. No, I didn't. Well, yes, I did. No, I didn't. So, it's just good that we are all in the same page.
Yes, and if ever, because it's happened to me, I mean, sometimes I'm human too, we're all human. We
Right.
might make a mistake, so it's okay to say, yeah, I did say that. Oh my God, was that wrong? And we can go back and
Right.
correct it. We can go back and tell the center, you know what? I was misinformed. I should not have said this. It's actually this way. It's
Well,
okay because we're all
yeah.
human.
I'll tell you
Okay.
one thing, that regardless of what we say or what we do, right or wrong, and if it's wrong, Bertha, you are going to hear about it. You'll be the first person that will be calling you. Well, Nora said this, and or Nora's not doing this, and Nora did that. You'll be the first one to know. So I will always jump the gun. I will let you know first, because then by then you know what it's all about.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Absolutely. So
I'm
thank you for that
always
explanation, Nora.
very, very transparent with you and to the girls if I can help it. If they ask me, yes, no, but with you, Bertha, I'm very transparent with you. Even if it's right, if it's wrong, or I thought I messed up, I will let you know.
Yeah, we've been working together for so long, Nora, that
Yeah, I know.
I
Yeah.
know exactly how you work and you know how I work too.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So,
ma'am.
but still, we make mistakes. I'm not saying that we don't. We do, and we can clear
But
them up.
thank you for giving me the notices, and thank you for clarifying this for me. And that's good that the girls went back today and everything was back to where they were supposed to be.
Thank you. Thank you, Nora.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, ma'am, just we got it clear.
Okay, thank you. And that
Thank you.
reminds me, last week Terry and I got a text from Angie. And again, some people call her Angelica, and whenever they say Angelica, I'm like, Angelica Terrazas or Angelica Holguin? Angelica Rodriguez, Angie Rodriguez. Asking if it was okay if she sent out emails on behalf of the center. Okay, now my answer to, I did not answer Angie, I answered Claudia from Nanos, because she was inquiring about Nanos. So I told Claudia, si usted le da permiso a Angélica de mandar los emails, usted le tiene que dar permiso, okay? Otherwise, Angie does not work for us, so we don't, okay, how can I say this? We can treat Angie like we would treat any director or owner of a daycare, right? If she calls us, give us the information. But we will always refer questions to the owner or the director of the daycare. And then if they want to call her in to the monitors, like I know that they do, or if Angie wants to ask us a question, but we will never give her special treatment or give Angie information that we wouldn't give the daycare, right? Because she doesn't work for us. So we would never sit Angie in a meeting like this, in other words, and talk the way that we talk. So anyway, my answer to, because Claudia Otero from Nanos had told me, si usted me dice que no ocupe a Angélica, yo no la voy a ocupar. Y le digo, Claudia, es como si yo le preguntara a usted, ¿puedo ocupar a Becky? Digo, no tiene nada que ver usted y yo no tengo nada que ver con Angélica. Es que ya la voy a desocupar mejor. Usted sabe, usted sabe. Because she got really, really upset, Claudia, because Joanne had gone, and we talked about it the last meeting, and the reconciliation had shown a lot more, and then Joanne goes and it's a lot less. Okay, so she called me and she was upset, of course. I explained to her that that's what was going on, and that's why Joanne had to go back and visit her. So those are the things that also I wanted to say, that Angie does not work with us. Angie is only allowed the information that we would give the director or the owner of the daycare. So if the directors or the owners want to give her permission to send us emails, then that's fine. And I was telling Becky, I had Angie a long time ago get a signed letter from the daycare saying that she was authorized to have the login information to send her pilot, and also access to whatever else she was requesting. So we have it in writing that they do have permission to, just in case, right, in the future, just in case, because Angie has access to all of their reimbursements and the amounts that they spend, their receipts,
Tiene acceso a todo.
tiene acceso a todo, a todo. So as long as they're okay with it, we are too, because she's not employed by us. Okay, I know that there was a time when Angie was getting a little bit, she was asking questions that she should not have been asking, but I think it was to you and me, or maybe Terry. I don't remember. But we went ahead and didn't give her. We don't give her any more information than we would give to a center. Like she would ask, like, maybe how soon are the checks going to be available? Well, I don't even know. That comes from financial, right? They tell me. So things like that. But she's a good lady. She's helping us out. She knows a lot. She's helping the centers to get into where they're supposed to be. So another thing I was gonna say is we do ask the monitors to go out there and check over the milk, check over the attendance, check over the receipts. But we don't expect you to do the work. We don't expect you to do Carmen and Claudia's work. We don't expect you to do Terry and my work. We don't expect you to do that. For example, if you go in and you see on the milk bank that the center is short because it's showing up in red, you would go in there and say, I noticed in your milk bank that you're short on milk. If they turn around and they say, no, I'm not, because I had a lot left over and it's in my inventory, or yes, I know that I am, and I'm trying to catch up, or oh my God, I'm short, I didn't even notice. Whatever they tell you, then you just document it and move on, right? She says it's on her inventory. She says she was aware of it. whatever it is. And that's as far as we expect you to go. We don't expect you to solve everything while you're in the monitor because it's too much and you'd never get out of there, right? You would never leave. Like the receipts. If you go in there and just look at them, just skim over them if you have time and you find, because we're still finding it. Beto tells me every single month that there's certain daycares that shall remain nameless that continue to purchase toilet paper. Claudia in a minute is going to talk a little bit, I hope, about little talents. But when you all go in there and you look at a receipt and you see, oh my God, toilet paper, or you see Coke, or you see candy, then you just point it out to them. You know what? You need to take it off of this receipt and then upload it again. Period. That's it. You move on. Because if not, you're going to be there forever. You're never going to finish. Claudia and Carmen, and well, not Beto anymore, but Claudia and Carmen will take care of it. And you all will call it to their attention. In other words, call it to their attention. Okay. Now, if it's something that has to do with the food that they're not measuring or something, then that is your job to get it fixed, right? But if it's enrollment forms again, and you see that an enrollment form is all scribbled in, or you can't really read the amount of the income or whatever, look right here. Make sure to redo it before you send it to Araceli. Make sure and redo it before you send it into the ladies at the office because they're going to return it back to you. But you don't have to go back and check it again and again and again. You've told them, you can document it, checked enrollment forms. There was a couple there that were not clear. Ask the provider to reprint them and then you move on. Because if not, you're going to be there forever. And that's these ladies' jobs, not ours. Okay. Okay. Now I'm done again, I promise. All right. Who wants to go next? Araceli.
Because I'm gonna touch on what you're saying about Angie, just so you know, or you're aware that, she does send me enrollment, so I don't like to use the word assume, but I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna assume that she does have permission from those centers that I receive.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I tell you, we do have written permission, and unless and until the center says don't, then we will.
Okay,
Okay.
then, I'm gonna start. I already have a stack of stuff that I'm gonna work on, but currently what I'm doing is just printing enrollments that I received while we were on our Easter break.
Okay. Are you sick again?
No,
Or still?
yeah, I think it's an allergy probably,
Okay.
because at night I could hear myself. Like that.
Like beeping,
Yeah.
like a little bit squeaking?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean, because it happens to me sometimes. I don't have asthma. I don't think I do, but yeah, I think it's just all of this mess, right? Hopefully summer will clear it up. Okay, anything else, Araceli?
No, ma'am, unless you all have any questions.
Okay. All right. Claudia, do you want to go next?
Yes.
Okay,
Can you hear
go ahead.
me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. Well, you wanted me to talk about little talents?
Yeah, and by the way, welcome back from vacation. I know it's your first day back and it's hard to get back into the swing.
Yeah, I was like, oh my, I forgot what about little talents, but I remember now because I looked
Okay,
at my notes.
okay, go ahead.
So what I had been talking to you about was that it looks like when daycares have a whole lot of receipts and they don't care what they leave in there and they just have like a plethora of receipts. It seems like they're kind of just grabbing receipts from stuff they bought for themselves and stuff like that. And that's what I feel like is going on here. And there's a lot it's just so many receipts. It's just like and for um at risk too. So it took me a while, not only because of that, but because they have a lot of things on there that they shouldn't. So they have I don't know, just a reminder that drinkable yogurt is not it's not reimbursable. I don't know if a lot of daycares say they don't know that they didn't know that. So that's one reminder. And then they had a lot of stuff for the bathroom, like to clean the bathroom, etc. Uh, lots of chocolate chip waffles. Um, and of course, the other thing that they don't seem to know is the canned cheese, like for nachos, and the Velveeta is not allowed to be served under the CACFP. Um, one thing that I don't know if just to double check, because I did talk to Carla about a carpet cleaner that they were including, like the spray, and she said they use it to clean the carpet because the kids eat in the classroom. And is that okay? I wasn't sure about that.
Well, it, the rule says that as long as it's used in the dining area or the kitchen, then it's okay.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to really know if that's the truth, but I guess if they're telling you, then we would go ahead and allow it.
Yeah, I told her that would be fine. I just
Okay.
wanted to double check.
Yeah,
Um,
as long as it's used in that area only.
yeah, so that this daycare took me quite a while to complete. There is just a lot of receipts, like, and there are like three of them on the same day from different Walmarts. So that's why I think that they're kind of just putting in receipts that aren't even from the food program. And that's why these weird things come up on there. Like some receipts I have to remove completely because it's like Jello and like a chocolate bar or something. I don't think they're really paying attention, and they're kind of just grabbing any receipt they can find and including it.
Well, they may
So
even tell their employees, hey, when I go shopping this
yeah.
week, bring me your receipts, because I could use them. She's putting them all in there.
Do you have a question? For Hollywood, she had bought chocolates, but the kids made s'mores. Does that count? No.
No.
I
No, who did you say?
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Who does Hollywood, Claudia? You or Carmen?
I have to check.
Okay, just so
We'll
that you
check
keep
it.
an eye on those chocolates. Yeah, it doesn't matter if they make, now the graham crackers probably would be okay as long as they're not the cinnamon ones are the ones that don't count, right, Claudia?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why he does this. He hasn't made a peep all day. I have Hollywood, so I'll
Fine.
keep an eye out for that.
Okay,
And
please.
um, what else was I gonna ask? Um, okay.
He wants to be a part of the meeting because Bailey's a part of the meeting and it's not fair.
Mm.
There's a
It's not
delivery
fair.
person, that's why. Okay, gosh, I was gonna ask something else and now I forgot. Um,
If you remember, you can interrupt and ask.
okay, well, besides that I forgot, I was just wanting to know how do you want me to divide Beto's daycares between Carmen and I?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And remember,
Start
just the receipts, no milk audits.
starting now, or should I wait till the 30th?
You can do it now. Go ahead and do it now.
Okay.
Thank
Um,
you, Claudia.
oh, I remembered what it was. It's this daycare also, um she had uh cereals that weren't allowed, and she said that they were used for activities and they are in the at risk portion, so that's okay, right? Because they are allowed to put that for the at risk, is that right? Because of the
They're allowed to
activity.
use, they're allowed to buy activity related items for the at risk, right? Yes. So if they're allowed to buy, let's say, markers with the money from the food program, I'm just running it through my brain, then even though these cereals, but they're not being fed to the kids?
She said no, and I did believe her because those cereals are only in the at risk receipts. Unless it's some random receipt that isn't theirs and she just kind of came up with a quick thing to say, but
Well,
uh
I mean,
I
we
just
have to
told
believe them.
yeah, I just told her it was fine as long as they are using it for materials and or activities, and that it's only in the at risk portion, not the traditional.
Okay, so just to repeat what she said, um, the daycares are allowed to use their money, the at-risk daycares, for supplies. Let's say they're gonna have an art project with watercolors. They can buy the watercolors with the money from the food program, as long as they only use it for the at-risk, not for the traditional. Now, in this case, they're buying cereal for an activity, but a cereal that's not allowed, okay? So they're using it according to them only for the at-risk for an activity. So we're gonna allow it because that's what they say they're using it for. And Claudia only sees it on the at-risk receipts.
For which one?
Who was it again, Claudia?
Little talents.
Little talents, okay.
And then just I don't know if you've already
What did you say, Claudia?
sorry. I don't know if you've already said that I won't be doing the newsletter anymore. So if
No, that I was thinking about that when you were talking right now.
okay.
Is
That's
that
it
it?
for me. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And we will talk about that. Uh, okay, just to recap on a couple of things that Claudia said, those of you that need a little bit of reinforcement, waffles are allowed, right? They are allowed, but like we talked about in the last meeting, I think it was Angie's Owls that have been buying the Kodiak pancake mix. And Kodiak looks really healthy, right? Because it's Kodiak, it's super expensive. I know because I buy it for my son, for my little baby boy. Está chiquito, ver. Baby chiquito. You don't know him, Laura, pero es un baby chiquito. He's only 26.
He's only 6 feet tall.
Yes. Anyway, it's expensive. It's very expensive, but it's protein. They eat it because it's very high in protein. And it's okay if they have a full kitchen and if it's not chocolate chip or dark chocolate. If it looks like a dessert and it smells like a dessert, it's a dessert and it's not allowed. So they have buttermilk. I think that's the only other flavor. And then they have muffins. That's okay, but not chocolate chip muffins, not chocolate chip waffles. Plain waffles or blueberry waffles are okay, but not like dark chocolate waffles with extra chocolate chips. Okay, just to reinforce that. And not drinkable yogurt at all is not allowed. And then we talked about how the guidelines for the cereal and the yogurt had changed. And if you need that information, you can find it in Square Meals. And if you don't find it, we can help you find it. There's a formula to plug in case you don't know if that cereal or yogurt is allowed. But instead of just looking at the sugars, now they're looking at the added sugars. Okay. Okay. So please just remind you, I think what's going on too, Claudia, I think we talked about it too, and Becky, you're probably right too. But I also think that they're standing outside of Walmart and saying, "Can I have your receipt?"
What?
Why not?
Uh,
Because we see,
I would.
Terry sees it in the milk all the time. Like they go right now at 2:30 PM to the Walmart down there, and then they get I don't know, a gallon of milk, and then they go again at 3:05,
Yeah.
and they get 2 gallons of milk. I mean, why? Why? There's something going on there, right? So just remind them, just use your receipts. Don't use your personal receipts. Use your daycare receipts only. Just little reminders like that. We don't have to be going and checking and looking at every single one. That's Claudia and Carmen's job. That's not your job. Oops, the internet connection is unstable. Okay. All right. Somebody here who wants to go next? Jessica.
Right now I'm just finishing daycare, so I think I have 4 left. And I already finished my paperwork and I just need to file.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're still filing, right? Because I do have some stuff to file. Should we keep Jessica filing?
I think so.
Okay, I was giving Beto, Jessica, the at-risk
Okay.
because he was making folders for them. Some stuff in here is actually at risk.
Okay.
Okay, and it's for a new center, flowers in the garden, which we need a new folder for them. Do you separate the at-risk from the traditional still? Okay, I'm gonna hand you this, okay? Thank you. Okay, is that it? All right. Okay, good. No problems or anything like that?
No.
Okay, great. Wonderful. No, okay, I know you do canguritos
Yes.
and you don't have any issues with Claudia at canguritos?
Es que Claudia, she's usually not there.
Oh, okay.
I deal with the other director, which she does what I say.
Who's the director there? Do you know?
Ay, ¿cómo se
Just
llama?
curious. It's okay if you don't.
No, I don't know.
Okay, it's not Melina. Melina's only at Nanos. Okay,
Sí.
all right.
I know she's new. Apenas la acaban de agarrar like 3 months ago.
Okay, so Claudia's really not there. I know that sometimes she can be a little bit se altera.
Sí, ya sé.
Uh-huh, and she makes a mountain out of a,
Yes.
she makes a mountain out of a molehill. Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad. All right, thank you. De todo se asusta, ya sé, me habla y me dice, ya no voy a cobrar. ¿Por qué, Claudia? Pues porque no me quiero meter en problemas. No se mete en problemas.
Hágase el programa.
¿Verdad?
Si no nos meten problemas.
Okay, Joanne, you're the only one left on Zoom. Do you want to go next?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, no, pues estoy trabajando con mis centros, estoy preparando el mes que entra y pues sigo monitoreando, todo tranquilo, todo bien.
Okay, thank you, Joanne. And I'm sorry, I always count the amount of people that I send my messages out to. And
Yeah.
I don't know why I left you out. I didn't mean to leave you out.
No, don't worry, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, and I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm being late, but that's okay.
That's okay,
Thank you.
you're here. That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
thank you. Yeah,
Thank you, Joanne.
that's
The beginning of the meeting, we were just being silly anyway. We weren't doing anything.
okay. All right, about Patty's pregnancy.
Pues te contamos.
Después te cuenta Patty, okay?
Bueno, sí, Patty, por favor. Sí, eso es todo,
Okay.
Berta. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome.
Okay, who's next here? Patty?
Díganme. Nada, ya estoy, me faltan todavía algunos monitoreos. Hoy iba a ir con Crystal Paint para llevarle su arreglo y todo, pero pues ya, no pude ir hoy, voy mañana. Entonces,
Ok.
para traer el recibo, yo creo ya la semana que entra lo traigo.
Okay, lo vas a ir a comprar.
Sí, yo lo compro, ya después traigo el recibo.
Ok.
Se me hace más fácil que andar pidiendo cheque, porque en realidad no sé cuánto va a costar.
Okay, y se lo entregas a Sabrina.
Ok, ¿Dónde vas a ir a comprar una planta? Sí. Que llévate el tax exempt. ¿No lo tienes en el teléfono? No. Te lo mando. Ahorita me lo. Sí, mándamelo para tenerlo ahí. That way, sometimes they charge you tax on the plants at Albertson, sometimes they don't. But if you do turn in your receipt, they'll only reimburse you for the plant, not the tax. Yeah. It's a little bit, okay. Sí, porque ahí mismo compro la planta y la tarjeta.
Okay.
Como la vez pasada creo que le estaba mandando mensajes de las tarjetas que encontré. ¿De acuerdo?
Yeah, ajá. Sí, me
Entonces son de
acuerdo.
Albertson.
Okay.
Para ir mañana voy a hago monitoreo y como me toca hacer monitoreo con ella, pues ya voy a pasar.
Okay. All right, and that reminds me, Catherine va a traer una tarjeta para Beto. So I don't know if she's gonna come back right now when you all are still here or not, but please stop by and sign it, okay? And come around next Wednesday, is it Wednesday, the 30th? The 30th?
Yes, Wednesday.
After, no sé, pues after lunch, hopefully he'll be here. Cause he's been going to dialysis every day at noon, so I don't know if he's even gonna be here. But hopefully. Okay. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay, Beth.
Working on corrections. I spoke to Little Giants this morning because she had mentioned to Joanne that she already had sent them in. What she had sent in were corrections. And those were corrections from 2024, March, April, May. So I called her this morning just to explain to her that, what she had, the names that you see are familiar because there were corrections from last year that we barely did about 2 months ago.
Really? From last year?
Yeah, so what she was actually looking at was the annual update. So she said she was gonna work on them and send them in.
I can see that she still has a lot of outstanding.
But that's what it was. It was that when we worked on her corrections, she barely sent them in, I wanna say about a month and a half ago. But those are the same names that are popping up because we had to get them done before. So they're still there because it's the annual update. But I did explain that to her, so she's gonna send them in. ¿Sí me escuchaste, Joanne? Sí le regresé la llamada a la de Little Giants.
Sí, verdad,
So,
thank you. Yeah,
sale.
but she's doing better, a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
She
think-
is doing
yeah.
better. I'm looking at your ring. It's so pretty.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. And let me see what else. I'm getting the corrections in on a weekly basis. Mostly, and that is helping. Let me see.
That's
and-
good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah, because it doesn't, aunque sean poquitos, but I get them out of the way, and then I can actually work on the corrections. And then Miss Laura filed everything for us. Thank you.
Yay,
And that makes it
thank
easier because
you.
a lot of the times when I read corrections, they're sent to either Araceli or Miss Nora. And that way I could pull the binder out and I'll look at it and see if it's a duplicate, and that makes it. Sí, todas ayudaron, Patty, it's just everybody helps.
No,
Ya
me
ve,
dijo
venir, que
no,
me-
me
ya,
dijo
ya,
Laura.
ya.
Diga,
Ay, mamá, bueno, ya no hay que venirle a ayudar, nosotros no le ayudamos en nada. So, but yeah.
Ya no le ayuden. No sé qué. No se crean. Yo no dije eso. No.
That's it.
Okay. No, we appreciate everybody. You know what's the beauty of working here is that we all jump in when well, you're the beauty, yes, Araceli, for sure.
Oh, my God.
For sure. For sure, you're the beauty that works here. And I said the beauty of working here. Yes.
sorry.
Yeah. We're all beautiful.
Yes, of course.
Is that we all jump in, we've always jumped in to help. It doesn't matter what we do or what we don't do, we jump in, and thank you. We also jump in taking out the trash, I mean, it happens. I do it at home all the time, so why wouldn't I help here? Sometimes we leave at close to 6 and I'm like, oh my God, is today the day to take it out or not? So I'll call Beto, and he's like, no lo vaya a sacar, está muy pesado. Le digo, but I know that the majority of the time it's done by other people. I've done it a couple of times only, not that often, but we appreciate it. So, yes. Okay, so we have Becky, we have Laura.
Go, girl.
That's not very convincing.
The centers are picking up.
Yeah.
Some centers don't care, you can tell. I have no clue why, or maybe they're just have so much on their hands.
And when you say some centers don't care, is that the owner, the director, or all of the above, or?
All of the above.
So do you think and I ask you because you worked at a center, many centers. Do you think that it's because they don't need the money?
I don't know. I was telling Becky, what is it, Little Kings and Queens?
Like Fabiola's like giving up.
She gave up. She has nothing, like nothing.
And I said, So did she still look all pretty and her nails and all? She's like,
No.
What happened?
I don't know. Ella se cuidaba mucho.
When I
Que la-
first.
Ya dejas en el piso.
When Joanne
Not
said
really.
for a follow-up, she had makeup and she looked a little bit decent. The last time that I went to go do a PM stamp.
Is
She
she
had
sick or?
no meal production. She just doesn't care. Her receipts, she's like, I can claim this, right? And I'll be like, yes. And she's like, oh,
Well, they were gonna go through a breakup. Is that what happened?
Well, no, they were on a breakup when all that stuff happened.
Uh-huh.
And then they got back together. I don't know if it was for public viewing. But I don't think he's doing anything with the daycare now.
it's not really trying
He's not
to.
willing participant.
Well, she's probably going through that breakup then, right?
I
It can't
guess.
be easy. Pobrecita.
No. She's the one that I'm just like, yeah, I felt bad for him. I really. They got screwed ugly.
They did, but I mean, it all worked out. No, they have children in their daycare and all that.
What, 5, 8?
That's
Yeah.
all.
Not a lot.
Oh,
Ya
they
cuando
didn't
llega
get a lot
Grace,
of them back.
cuando llega Grace son como unos 14.
And that's
Maybe
the
they
after
should
school,
change
but
the name or
They
change
will not change the
locations
name
or.
because the name is,
I know, it's been there.
it's got a background.
Yeah, because it belonged to her
Her
mother.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Even her grandmother, I don't know, it goes way back.
Yeah.
So they won't change the name.
To 1900 around there.
Más o menos 1921.
Okay.
Mhm. But I mean, I would think that the ancestors would agree that they need to change the name, or that at least maybe what would it be in Spanish?
Queens and kings.
Or just little queens or that reyes y reinas or something like that.
But these littles, I've asked her in the beginning, like, why don't you just do this? Or I
Yeah.
told, well, I don't know which one I told. They were like, nope.
They didn't want to.
Wow.
The spirits come up, they're like.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Y es que when you search it in like Google Maps or Apple, it says it's permanently closed. Have you seen it? Like it's
Wow. Does it really?
It does.
Yeah.
Pues when I put it to go there para llegar.
I wonder if she knows that.
O sea, así como cuando pasó todo eso cerraron las páginas en
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, they all got
Yeah,
off of Facebook
yeah,
and
they got,
everything.
and then Google too.
Oh, look now.
They only have 8 kids.
I know that she's
well,
not-
yeah,
she
she's
doesn't
not
know.
doing well.
You can tell she doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame her in a way, I guess. I
No,
mean,
it
I
just
don't know.
open, closes at 6.
No, when you put it like on the maps.
Mhm.
Like the application. The map, the Apple. And Apple.
Sorry.
What's that?
Sorry, we got Apple.
Not Android. Not Android.
That's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope she's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But even her physical appearance has changed. Well, it must be
Oh,
hard.
she's beautiful.
Yeah,
She is.
Like
She's
she
very
doesn't
pretty.
really need makeup at all, but. you
but
can
she
tell
looks sad. Yeah.
And she would always like it. The nails, she always had beautiful nails. These things. And that's when she said no. So I don't know. I don't know if they're separated again or
How long ago did this happen too? Was it a couple of years already?
I will tell you.
Almost 2.
This was
After COVID, no?
October 23.
Yeah.
Not
Ah,
quite 2 years.
No, entonces. Porque me acuerdo que I had apenas había entrado yo cuando pasó todo eso.
And you've been here for how long? 2 years?
On October, 2 years.
Really? The same as them? October? Okay. Pues
Yeah, they
pobres, it must
reopened
be
on
hard.
Monday. What did they close for like a week? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this thing is dated October 2nd, 23, and says that they remain under investigation for abuse.
Yes.
So yeah.
What does their claim look like? Oops, I was already there.
It's hot. It's really really cool.
So is it?
It's with the cool people out.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry.
Well, they had $600 disallowed for March.
For what?
Probably enrollments. Let me see.
I mean,
Yeah, and then even her enrollment forms are. She's like, yeah, it's all in pin.
Yeah, it was a few enrollments. Well, Teresita, okay.
What would you rather be?
I'll call her.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna move the camera here so we can see Patty now too.
Hi.
Okay, is that it, Laura? Okay, thank you. Becky?
I think just talking with the girls, keep an eye out, monitor girls for the new WIC,
Oh, yeah.
cause it expires in April. We may not get it
For a while.
till May, June, whenever they
Yeah.
feel like it. Yeah,
Yeah, takes a little while.
and so when you go there, it's gonna be outdated, so if you wanna just put on your thing, waiting for new WIC or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't put, they don't have it because they haven't had it in a year. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I just put expired.
Expired, waiting for new,
Yeah.
update or whatever. That way in case they get monitored or whatever. And then if y'all, whoever finds it, let somebody know so we can make copies and
Great.
take them.
Okay, okie dokie. And then I almost forgot, even though I made a note of it, we're always looking to alleviate workloads if they're overwhelming, and then some people may be doing a lot more and some people a lot less. Not to say that Ramon doesn't have enough to do, but we've added on the newsletter. We've taken it from Claudia, not because she wasn't doing a good job, she does an excellent job. But for a while or permanently, we don't know. We're gonna have Ramon do it. So you're gonna see a spin, you're gonna see a different, because of course, he's a different person, he's a man. He's excellent working with technology as well, like Claudia, but Claudia is a lady. So it's still gonna be done excellently, I know. So if you all have anything, you either can send it to me or send it to him. And we won't send it to Claudia. Now, in the future, we might give it back to her. We never know. But that happens around here, Laura. We do that. So we're expected for, I'm not saying that you won't, just FYI, to roll with the punches, right? Sometimes, like right now, I'm doing the milk audits. Back in the day, I did enrollments. Because, well, I don't like them that much, but because I want to know, I mean, if you're gonna be the supervisor of a program, you need to know how things work, right? And we're always looking to better things. We always accept your opinions and recommendations all the time. Please don't think that it's just on me and if me. No, please, if you have opinions or suggestions, we want to do things better, and we're growing as we speak. We continue to grow. So we want to roll with the punches. We want to use technology whenever we can instead of keeping it old school all the time. So remember, we have the Google Doc there to fill it out with any information from the centers that pertains to the claim processing. So don't forget that we have that. Okay, did we miss anything? Any questions? The Arte con Corazón is on Friday. Susana did send out the email yesterday, just in case you didn't see it or you don't understand it. They're closing down at 3 p.m. So only work until 3 p.m. on Friday. Do your monitors early, finish by 3. Go home, feed your dogs, feed your children, take a nap, do whatever you need to do, and then we'll see you at 6-ish at the.
Can you just mark me down as present? Like,
Absolutely, Araceli, you don't even have to tell me. You're done. It's done. Araceli was there.
Yeah, because she also is giving, what is it, 4 hours?
Comp time,
Of
3
comp-
hours.
3 hours.
3 hours of
3 hours of
comp
comp.
time,
But it
so
doesn't mean show up for 5 minutes and leave.
oh no.
I'm just saying.
you
I'll
can
be
show
there
up for
all day.
6.
I'll be there all
For
day.
6.
For 6 minutes.
Yeah.
No, but more or less, get there around 6-ish, more or less. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna hold you to it. If you get there at 6:01, it's fine.
And you only get 2 hours and 59 minutes contract.
I know.
No, más o menos, you know what I mean. I mean, yeah,
You wear my ball gown or what's?
your ball gown,
Yeah, like.
absolutely. Siempre, haven't you ever noticed?
Because sometimes we're too like.
No, we always are too. We always are. So anyway, when you're gonna take your comp time, just either let me know, let Terry know, or let Becky know, so that we know.
And it has to be done before.
Before
May
May the 30th, so we only have a month to do it.
I'm sure we can all figure out what to do with 3 hours in a
Well,
month.
and if you have something planned for June and you don't have any sick leave or vacation, I didn't say it, Becky did. Just let us know and you can take it in June.
Is there anything like planned in June that's like big here at work or something like? Audit, or because.
Ay, Araceli, I didn't know where she was going with that.
I'll go July.
Next time you yes, you're gonna change your
My
plans.
birthday.
Hell, oh, shit. What's your first of the May?
She approves.
Approves it.
Good.
Doesn't matter.
So speaking of that, what Susana does, Laura, is that every Mother's Day and this Mother's Day weekend will be the 9th.
I don't know.
Friday is the 9th
Friday.
before Mother's Day, huh? Okay, what she does is she has a fun day, I guess that you call it that, at her house, swimming pool, food, whatever. And you can either go there or you can take the day off. Okay. I choose the day off. I'm sorry. You can choose whatever you want. It's up to you. I'd rather have a day off. And then come Father's Day in June, she gives the men the same thing. She doesn't give them a fun day. She just gives them a day off. Because she doesn't want a pool full of men. Maybe she does. I don't know. She had a stripper.
Go.
She invites all the men over and they're all. It won't be any fun with him again. He's not as fun as much fun as Susana.
Used to have men at our fun day.
Yeah. That didn't work.
Where you're from, Laura.
Well, you can, but
No.
but back then it wasn't a Mother's Day fun day. It was just a fun day
Fun day.
for the whole agency. And some men were not very nice.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Sorry, it's me.
Sloth. Come in.
Hey,
Smells like it's for you.
thank you. Like what?
He was eating like that hot dog.
Nothing bad. Oh my God, we need the air on. Nobody. Because we couldn't.
Light wave. It smells in here.
It's so.
I can't hear them on Zoom with the air conditioner on. They probably turned it off. Oh, but the fan would have been.
It would have been nice.
I saw Salito.
I need to interrupt, but I had a question for them, because I'll be in DC in 2 weeks, and they were asking me yesterday in a meeting, and I didn't know what to answer. So I may pose a question to them.
Yes, and we've got
to
people
go?
on Zoom as well.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt.
It's okay.
Hola. Sorry to interrupt, but I have a question for you all. Here we go. And I'm sorry, I haven't had any sleep, so. So the question was, at the national level, if immigration, I think I'd asked you all of this before, but if immigration, what, because they may come up with a question at one of our workshops, I need to have an answer. Has it affected the participation of our children in daycare? The immigration issues, the thing that the border is being with officers and all this. Do we see any? I said I haven't seen any, and nobody has told me about any.
I haven't seen any, but
you are in the facilities. Are parents afraid to go and drop off children?
¿Qué cruzas el puente? Ustedes que cruzan puentes todos los días.
Paco sí mencionó.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
Paco.
Paco sí
Because he's in
mencionó.
South El Paso.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did mention that, kids have been pulled from the center because parents are sick.
¿Sabe quién tiene el
Paco did mention.
punto de encuentro? Está Manet Herrera.
Annette
Ella vive
Herrera.
en Mimosa.
Yeah.
Dice que es muy común que ella llega a la guardería temprano y ya hay gente ahí, y llega un carro, los levanta y se va. Entonces tiene que tener muy resguardado a los niños, los cuida un chorro porque no sabe quiénes son. Y tiene mucho movimiento de personas ahí y son inmigrantes.
Pero los inmigrantes los recogen para llevárselos a trabajar o se los
Es lo que
recogen a
nos-
regresar.
No, no, para trabajar, como que los cruzan, les dicen, como que les dicen a qué hora cruzar, a qué hora cruzan la valla, les dicen a dónde se vayan porque se andan con el teléfono buscando. Y dice que varias veces escucha, aquí en esta casa, mira, aquí está el número, que no sé qué, y como que mandan un mensaje, 10 minutos, y llega un carro y se lo lleva. Entonces, dice, no me ha tocado ver policía, inmigrantes como tal, dijo, la border ni nada, dijo, pero sí anda muy pendiente de cuidar a los niños para que no le toque, alguna
But
problema.
Paco was like, because we needed signatures de los papás. So he said it was gonna take him a little bit longer because parents are dropping off the kids themselves, maybe an older brother, an older sister. Me imagino que son legales.
Because they have
And the
They have
parents don't have,
citizenship.
exactly, so. Yeah,
But we haven't lost enrollment because of it.
to where it's noticeable.
To where it's
I would
noticeable,
say
no.
No,
And that's what I said. I haven't seen,
no.
it hasn't been brought to my
Oh,
attention.
no.
Okay, Head Start, we know,
Yeah.
is está peligro ya de cerrar.
And because of that, the enrollment goes down over here, right? You all had mentioned that before, somebody did. Maybe
Because
you.
Head Start, it affects our daycare enrollment to go down. I would think it would go up.
Well, I think because CCS right now, I don't know if CCS is affected because of that or because there's no, that happens
I know
at,
no money.
it happens all the time, right? They lose funds or whatever, CCS. So I don't know if that's an effect of what's going on or not.
But I would think that if Head Start is going to reduce, it's going to close, that those children that are in Head Start are gonna be placed in daycare.
Yeah.
But if you notice claims going down, like our claim amount.
No, the claim amount is steady.
Then I would,
The claim
Can I
amount
say
is steady. That's
something
why I'm asking
towards
because
that?
we don't see the number.
No, we just send it,
Not in
yesterday.
we don't see it, but like I said, there's been Paco mostly because from where this daycare's at. But that was,
we just
If the
submitted the billing
daycare
yesterday and it
closes-
did not.
I'm sorry, if the Head Start closes, wouldn't the school pick up those children? Are those children from 3 to 4 years?
Yeah, they're 3 and 4-year-olds. They're preschool. They're preschool. So they
They
don't
will
even
be
qualify for the
probably-
preschool program because they're younger.
Yes.
Well, they're 3 to 5. Maybe
Yes,
some
they
go
will
into the
take them.
school.
The El Paso Public School is starting to take 3 and 4s.
3 and 4s.
Yes,
Okay.
so I would
So they're going
assume
to
that
public school.
they'll
Well,
probably
that's
put them
good.
in a public school. Because my little girl is 4 and she started school already. So I think it's from 3 to 4 and up. They divided the schools into sort of like 3 and 4s. And then they go on to the regular schools at 5 and 6, something like that. But that's what we know. They take them from 3 to 4, 3 years old to 4. So that would be your Head Starts going to public schools and start pre-K.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I guess we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it, but we don't know if like. Or I thought of him right away.
yeah.
Some good news is they did tell us that although SNAP was in the chopping block, that the CACFP was not. So far. So again, I'll be watching in a couple of weeks. USDA, the people that we used to work with, a lot of them have taken early retirement because they were offered early retirement. So we're probably not gonna see the same people that were our friends already in USDA. And they scratched from attending the conferences. They're not even gonna present, they're not gonna have workshops, they're not gonna be present. So we won't see USDA in DC and USDA is right there. That's where their headquarters is. It's in Virginia, right over the bridge from DC. So it wasn't difficult for them to go to the conference, but they're not going to go because they don't have staff.
Wow.
So, but I'll bring you more news in 2 weeks. But I just
Okay.
needed to know if anything was going on there so that if they ask questions, I can answer. But I thought I was right. I just thought I better check for them. They actually wanted me to do a whole workshop on how immigration was affecting daycare in South Texas, in West Texas. And I said, it's not. I can't do an hour workshop on that because it's not.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing that it's not affecting it. Yeah.
But you know, at the national level, in the national news, things come out that people have tiene otra idea de lo que está pasando.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't that the case
That's
all the
that
time?
Para saber de la frontera tienen que estar aquí.
Exacto.
Lo que está pasando en la frontera y que nos está afectando en maneras muy negativas y que, you know, we need to have military here at all our border, and we do have it. And maybe that is deterring some of that. I'm sure it is. Migration flow, but it's not affecting our programs. Not yet anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's all I had. So far, CACFP is, we're good. We're safe.
Para que sigan trabajando.
Super.
No,
Thank
huele
you.
a- Get the door open.
I
yeah.
thought you
Huele a hot dog.
I didn't mean it in a mean way. I thought maybe
No,
you said it
no.
was Saturday.
It sounds even worse when you say it in English.
No. We're having lunch or something, you know, huele a.
Yeah.
No.
No. No.
It's funny, so good.
Okay, we're done. You can leave it open.
It's okay.
Okay. We're all like,
¿No sirve el perfume?
Sí, that was fun.
okay, anything else?
No.
Did we lose them?
No, they're still there.
Va, pues,
We're here.
okay. All right, ladies, thank you so much. Anything else on Zoom?
Nope.
All right. Thank you. Have a nice afternoon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Adiós.